Hello and welcome to the Hudson Bay Hotel in County Westmeath. We're here for the AEMB 2015 conference. The theme of this year's conference is livestock markets, an essential part in the beef and live export supply chains. The conference is being attended by mart representatives from all over Ireland and indeed from Europe. The event was opened by Mr. Michael Spellman, President of the AEMB.
The European Association of Livestock Markets, representing about 300...
On behalf of the European Association of Livestock Marts, Michael welcomed the large attendance and went on to outline some of the current issues within agriculture that are affecting livestock markets.
It is in all livestock markets' interest that animals are treated properly and with respect.
He mentioned that over 35 million head of cattle are traded throughout the 600 European Livestock Marts network on an annual basis. He said animal welfare issues still needed to be addressed within livestock markets and outlined the fact that in 1983 a farmer received 40% of the selling price of an animal, whereas in 2014 the primary producer's share had fallen to approximately 21%.
And so it is an important role for our organisation in Bord Bia.
Next to speak was Aidan Cotter from On Board Bia. He outlined that Bord Bia are committed to the livestock sector with a dedicated manager for that area. They support customer visits both into Ireland and by attending livestock shows throughout the world. He informed the conference that over 5 million head of cattle cross a border in the EU every year, which is over 7% of the EU herd.
In 2012 we launched a programme called Origin Green to build on our natural strengths as we see them and that we believe as the market internationally sees them.
With the introduction of the Origin Green programme, there are 45,000 beef farms and are 18,000 dairy farms under audit for the Quality Assurance Scheme.
Key agri-sectors is in the order of 26 billion, with exports of 10 billion, as I've just said.
John Horgan from Keepack was representing the processing industry. He was a welcome speaker at the conference, even though the relationship between the processing industry and livestock marts can be turbulent at times. He outlined the changes that have taken place in this industry over the years. Cattle prices have risen from approximately €2.25 per kilo in the year 2000 to approximately €4.20 in 2014. He pointed out that because we are an exporter, we cannot command premium prices for our product in countries such as Great Britain in comparison to the indigenous product. Michael Sheehan from the Department of Agriculture, Food and the Marine spoke next of the Irish live cattle trade both to EU and non-EU countries. He listed the various agreements that are in place with the main Irish importers of Irish produce, each country having its own specific requirements. Darren Carty of the Irish Farmers Journal then described the Mart Watch system that is published in this paper. Mart Watch is an up-to-date listing of prices achieved by livestock in a large number of marts in Ireland and is published weekly in the journal. So we were also joined at the conference by the EU Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, Mr. Phil Hogan. Commissioner, how important do you think are livestock markets to agriculture in both Ireland and Europe?
Well, you have to have a cooperative model because otherwise you won't have the collective bargaining structure in place in order to take the best possible advantage for the behalf of the producer to get the best possible price. It's a very transparent way of doing business to be able to sell in the open market through the livestock market system. And as a young person growing up in Kilkenny in Ireland, I was a regular visitor with my late father to livestock market in Kilkenny, and I saw at first hand the trading that went on in a very open way in order to maximise the return to the producer, and it was also, of course, a great opportunity for the buyers to be able to buy large numbers of animals if they wish to do so, whether for the local market or indeed for the third countries.
Do you see any developments with the new cap that may in some way benefit the Irish mart societies?
We have a huge problem in Europe in terms of the fact that 69% of all of our farm size in Europe is less than 5 hectares. And particularly in the new member states in the eastern part of Europe, we need more cooperatives. And this is the only way in which we can get the best price for the producer and to be able to sustain growth and jobs in our rural areas. And the Common Agricultural Policy has given new incentives towards the establishment of cooperatives right around the European Union, but also new promotion opportunities for all existing cooperatives to be able to export our products that we produce in the European Union outside into the Far East and Africa, the United States. So I am a very strong supporter of the cooperative model. And the Common Agricultural Policy is providing new instruments, financial instruments and support for the establishment of a lot of new measures, and implementation of those will mean an awful lot of good news and good success if they are implemented right across the European Union in the next 5 years.
So livestock markets are going to be here for a long time to come.
I do, but they have to look at the technology that they use. They have to be able to link better in with other marts and other member states coming together to take advantage of the new promotional opportunities outside the EU. So I mentioned today in my few words at the conference that embrace innovation and technology and research is very important. And I know that marts they're dynamic organisations, and they will know themselves that this is the way of the future, that you have to be able to buy in various different ways, and technology is not going to wait for anything.
Chris Dodds was also here representing the English and Welsh Livestock Marts Association. Chris, what did you think of the conference today?
I thought it was very good, informative, and it's always good for us outside of Ireland to understand a little bit more about the Irish systems and your live export of animals, because we do very few live exports out of England.
Will there be many similarities between the livestock markets in Ireland and the UK in general?
I think the way we conduct our business, absolutely. It's the animals coming into the live auction ring and being competitively bid on, and then going out to the next person. We in England or in the UK, we still do quite a lot of the animals for slaughter, which is a small part of the trade in Ireland now. But when you see the processors clearly don't look upon us as being very, very good places for doing business, and then that was an Irish speaker today, so yeah, there's a little bit of difference.
In the afternoon, delegates could visit the trade show and also view an exhibition of internet-based selling for livestock markets. Finally, we spoke to Lorcan O'Toole from Newline ASP. Lorcan, could you tell us what your company has to offer to Irish livestock marts?
Well, we provide software to the marts in Ireland and the UK and New Zealand as well. At the moment we have about 55 marts in Ireland using our system. We've about 80% of the marts in the UK using our system, and all of the marts in New Zealand. At the moment, what we're showing now here is a live auction in Carlisle in UK. And this is a live bidding system here where you can actually bid live online. We're relying on the broadband here now at the moment, which is it's Wi-Fi here, is a bit skippy. But this is 100% live in Carlisle, where you can bid live from here as once you've registered with the mart in Carlisle or any of our marts that use this system. Once you're registered as a bidder, you can bid away and use until your credit limit, hit your credit limit. I've only got a little limit here now at the minute, but we see this as certainly a future, certainly something that's going to happen in the future.